Grand evening. Hi, my name is Leonard Munson, the Psychic Astrologer. My website is readingsbyleonardmunson.net. The weekly overview, Taurus Virgo Capricorn, from May the 1st to the 8th, 2025. This is a collective reading, so take what you need and leave the rest. What doesn't resonate with you is not for you. Remember, it's collective. We're going to talk about employment and career. So some of you will get advanced employment, a raise, or promotion, or some of you are going to switch to another career. I'd like to wish all the Taurus happy solar return. I'd like to wish you health, wealth, success, happiness, love, and mostly love for yourself. Enjoy your year. The first 56 days of your birthday, your solar sun is in your first house of self. Go out and ask for what you want and you will receive it. Some of you might use your voice, even through singing, even public speaking, radio, television, advertisement, using your voice behind a product. If you're in that industry, you're going to get more work. If you're going to do that, you're going to go back to school to learn an additional way of doing it better. Anything to do with communication of all forms. Writing, publishing, using new technology like AI or Copilot to get things done. Anything to do with transportation, mechanical things. Anything to do with publishing, writing, public speaking again. Anything to do with investigation, research. Anything to do with advertisement. Okay? Venus. Anything to do with beauty industry, the luxury industry. If you're in there, you're going to get a promotion. Or you're going to learn something new skill that can put you more in a craftsman thing. Doing something specialized. Children, anything to do with children, daycare. If you're working in a daycare, you might decide to get a promotion as a supervisor or a director or open up your own daycare. Anything teaching children, particularly children that has speech problems, speech therapists, are teaching them how to pronounce their word. Those who stutter, things like that. Anything to do with arts and entertainment, drawing, painting, etc. Arts and crafts. Higher education, anything to do with language, learning a new language, or teaching people how to speak a new language, or being a travel agent, open that up, or being a tour guide, branching in that. Some of these things may be side hustles too. Anything to do with emotional issues, traumatized people that's been traumatized, psychiatrist, therapist, counselor, life coach. Anything to do with helping people to open up their intuitive gifts, their imagination, acting, things in that way, writing. Anything to do with groups and organizations that's going to help people who are less fortunate, are arranging like daycare, meals, things like that. Anything to do with intimacy that's causing blockage, the trauma, helping them to relieve the trauma so they can be more intimacy and enjoy their intimacy with their partner. Okay, Taurus? The next sign is Virgo. Virgo, your solar sun is in the 9th house. The 9th house is Sagittarius, house of universal truth, religion, philosophy, dreams, mysticism, higher education, foreign travel, things in that order. And its ruling planet is Jupiter. Anything to do with teaching a foreign language to people, having a travel agency, or working in there, okay? Having anything with tour guides, instructing people on the history of where they're going in the tourist industry. The sun in Taurus, anything to do with the voice, singing, speaking, life therapists, teach people how to overcome their stuttering. Anything to do with radio, television, anything to do with announcements. Anything to do with communication of all forms, either writing, talking it, or instructing people doing it. All right? Anything to do with transportation, mechanical things, anything with publishing, writing, public speaking, investigation, research, anything to do with advertisement. You might be in this industry, so you're going to get a promotion, or you're going back to school for a certification. Anything to do with children, anything with arts and entertainment, anything to do with tutoring, anything to do with speaking, speech therapists, anything to do with emotional issues, helping people who have emotional trauma through counseling, therapists, psychiatrists, life coach. Anything to do with acting, creating illusion of getting into that person, the character, anything to do with that. Anything to do with groups and organizations that helps people out in a humanitarian efforts, working in that, or going back to school to learn, to profess that skill more. Anything to do with emotional intimacy, how people are causing past trauma that's blocking them to be more intimacy with their partner. The next sign is Capricorn. Capricorn, your solar sun is in the 5th house. The 5th house is Leo. It deals with self-expression, children, matters of the heart, morals, principle, leadership, and deal with self. It also deals with lawyers, arts, and entertainment. And the ruling planet of Leo is the sun that gives us everything we need to sustain us on this planet. Anything to do with your voice, anything to do with therapy, like helping people to speak better, the pronunciation, anything to do with radio, television, using your voice in that area, okay? Anything to do with acting, where you use your voice. You might be in this field, so you're going to get a better position, and you might go back to school to advance that better, Capricorn. Anything to do with communication in any form, whether speaking, writing, publishing. Or the new technology of AI. Anything to do with like autopilot that will help you in those areas. Anything to do with anything with transportation, mechanical things. Anything to do with advertisement, arts. Research and investigation. Education. Anything to do with children. Teaching children speech therapists. Teaching children how to learn how to draw and to paint. Anything to do with arts and entertainment. Anything to do with daycare. Anything with taking care of children. Jupiter. Anything to do with higher education. Foreign travel. Teaching a foreign language to people. Being a tour guide. Learning about the history. Also, maybe open up your own travel agency or arrange different groups to go to different historical sites and get the history of it. Anything to do with organization that helps people who need assistance in every way. Working in that, getting a raise or going back to school to get a higher perspective in that area. Anything to do with real estate, finances. Anything to do with the beauty industry and luxury industry. Anything to do with trauma has blocked people to be intimate. Even in something to do with erectile dysfunction. This could be a block because of past trauma. Anything to do with emotional issues, like a therapist, a psychiatrist, a counselor, a life coach. Helping people to overcome these blockages. Because when they have this trauma, it affects all relationships, whether it's romantic, financial, all the relationships is blocked because of their holding on to this trauma. So teaching them to release it and stop trying to sensitize it through drugs, alcohol, sex, work, etc.